Please draw Dilophosaurus. Oh, okay then. I'm drawing Dilophosaurus right after this. I am the snake artist, and my mission in life is to get people to appreciate art and wildlife. I'm starting off with the mouth open. Now I'm drawing some shapes. I'm basing this on a skull. If you just Google the Dilophosaurus skull, you'll sort of see what it looks like. And it looks really awesome. So I'm now just marking in, just very quickly with pencil, where I want the skull to be. This is not so much of a follow along. This is probably me just going through my process of how I draw. So when I put down that triangle at the top there, I put all the shapes in it, and basically I use that as a guide to, it's not a triangle shape, but how does it deviate from a triangle, and that's where I put the extra details in. And I always have to do corrections too. Now, this creature has awesome teeth. Sort of wonder what these teeth are for, really. I mean, obviously they're there to eat meat. The top ones look like they would, slice and cut things, whereas the bottom teeth look more like forks, like they grab or hold onto something while the top ones are cutting in. So there's little corrections there. You've got to start somewhere, and even if you start somewhere and things aren't quite right, you just make little corrections and just alter things a bit. I'm not going to put too much of the bones in the neck because it's going to be covered with stuff. See these ones here, like a little fork, so I imagine that probably holds food in place while the top ones do the cutting. Yeah, I'm not quite sure where to put the nose. It's one of these things where I'm only sort of guessing a lot of stuff. I'm going to pop the eye here. I'm pretty sure that's where the eye goes, but where the ear goes, I'm really not quite sure. Maybe there somewhere. I'm sure somebody's going to, in the comment section below, tell me I've got it wrong. But that's what the comment section's for, just to tell me where I get it wrong. So I'm building up a bit of a neck with lots of wrinkles and veins. I guess I'm basing that on what I know about monitor lizards, having seen quite a few. Now put that nose hole forward. It's a predator. It probably wants to sniff ahead of itself all the time, I imagine. And there's a crest and the eye. So this here is a small liner from Trekell. They're pretty good brushes, really. Nice and cheap ones. I'm not actually doing an ad for Trekell, but they're nice American-made brushes that are very cheap, but they're also quite good. And I just really like a nice thick heavy outline, makes things very bold. Trying to get a second crest in there. I'll probably have to draw this dinosaur again where you can see the double crest on a slight angle next time. Just the profile just looks so awesome. So the liner brush, the brush has got slightly longer bristles, which makes for really nice smooth lines. So even with the brush you've got a nice bold, almost cartoony type thing. Now I pop in the nib because I really enjoy the details. And also, it just has a little bit more maneuverability, the nib. A small brush should probably do the same. Those front teeth are definitely for grabbing One's slightly back of a cutting. The same with the lower jaw. These ones look a bit more like cutting teeth, but as you get closer to the edge, you've got these gripping fork-like teeth to grip things and drag it into the cutting zone. That awesome dinosaur. So now I am dropping tones. Notice every now and again I put a tiny little circle here and there. A bit of texture on the tongue there. One of the things is like when you get to this stage, all we're doing is rendering. And we're rendering in just different shapes. This is where often you'll see certain artists will render certain ways. Because it can be a very individual thing. I like to do some dots every now and again just to give it a little bit of texture. And here you sort of see how I do the slight curved little lines. A bit of shadow on the teeth there would be pretty good, especially the top teeth. But also you need to leave white bits. And here, so a slight curved, broken line. If you slightly curve it, it gives a bit more form. So I'm making that eye really stand out. I'm not making the ear stand out. Like I said, I'm not even quite sure if I've got the ear in the right place. So I guess I'm going to try and hide that a bit. And here's some wrinkles with some scales in the corners or in the shadows. Again, you sort of see this on dragon lizards and monitors, and occasional little circle here and there for a bit of texture and tone. I want to give you the feeling that the skin's not smooth, it's all sort of rugged and bumpy. Okay, I'm going to pop in some stripes. This is something I've noticed with, again, with the monitor lizards around their mouth. They definitely have these stripes to break up the form. Certainly if you're a predator, any sort of camouflage would work well. But anything where the bits are moving, like the mouth and that, especially the lower jaw, even having stripes there will not only camouflage but confuse. So if an animal did see that bottom jaw move, it would sort of confuse it for a second. Giving it quite a throat there too, because it looks like it might swallow some things. And crocs, lizards and snakes, their throat's very, very flexible. So although this neck here I'm just making up, because I'm not really sure how it goes. But it looks functional. I guess that's the thing, you've got to make it look like it's functional, like it could function. I guess the way to do that is to look at animals that are alive today and see how they function. These stripes are definitely going to go up through the crest here. And down through the eye too. There are quite a few reptiles I've had as pets that have had a stripe going through their eye like that. I'm just darkening around the neck here, so I don't want to put too much detail on the neck. One reason is I'm not really sure how the neck goes, I'm guessing. The other reason is I don't want it to distract too much from the head, from the face, because it's just sort of like a portrait, so I'm sort of working on making the point of interest probably the teeth, the crest, the eyes around there. And a little bit of the tongue, make that knock back. There's our DILOPHOSAURUS portrait.